Students, good evening. Students online, am I audible? Online students. Okay. So let us start the discussion. Previously, we started with the most important task, Python with Oracle. So there I set Python database communication, the importance of files, importance of limitations of files, and I said why files are having limitations and how database will be having advantages, and why third-party modules came and how to install them come in, and which module is for what, and all those things I said. Maybe you all made your system ready. So what are the prerequisite to make my Python database to do it? Number one, come on. What is the first thing? Installation of which software? Python software. Installation of Python software. Second one is, come on. Installation of what? Database software. Database software. So anything. Oracle. First you try to take Oracle. Later you go for MySQL also. Next, third is called what? Install by using install database related module. Database related module. This is a prerequisite. Database related module by using which tool? pip tool. These are the three things you must take care for installation of what? For Python database communication. For to do the PDBC application development, these things you must take care. These things you must take care. So any one is missing, you cannot achieve the task of PDBC. So let us start working with how we are going to communicate with this. Shall we start up? So if I go to the index once, if you look at the index, here I am going to write it. Steps for developing Python database communication applications. I'm going to start with, try to follow me carefully. Steps for developing Python database communication application. So what is the need of Python to communicate with the database? Number one, databases are meant for high-end persistency to maintain. And moreover, some advantages I said in the last class. To achieve these many number of advantages, we must take care about this. So what are the steps for developing Python database communication? We must follow some 6 steps you must take care. 6 steps you must take care. So let us start the first step. Come on, all of you. You only tell me. First step. First step. Install Python software. Madhu. So first one already done. Next what? The first and foremost important thing, import appropriate database related module. Database related module. When I'm communicating with Oracle, I need to install either CX underscore Oracle or Oracle DB You must install, or MySQL dot connector. Hyphen is during installation time. Dot connector depends on the database you are using. The type of module I must install. Import appropriate database related module and other modules if required. Other modules if required. This is number one. Next, number two. What is the next number two? I'll take one small diagram, students. Go to the diagram. I'll go to the paint. There I will take. Just look at. Here, this is my environment, Python environment, and this is a database environment. This is a database environment. Take care. And this is present into one of the mission number one. This is present into one of the mission. Similarly, there is one more type of mission is available there. We are having, this is called mission number 2. In this place, we are having database. In this place, we are having Oracle database is there. Oracle database is available. MySQL database is available. Next is called a DB2 database is available. And next is called a SQL Server is available. Many more databases may be there. SQL Server database may be there. Many number of databases will be there. So here what is there? Your Python software is available. And Python program also you are writing in this machine. So if any type of Python program want to communicate with any of the databases, what you must establish? Connection you must establish. You must establish the connection. That is a very important point. In simple word, there is a one station is available here. One station. Station 1, station 2. These two stations want to communicate. There must be some connectivity must be established. Then only the transportation can continue. In other words, this is a village 1, this is a village 2, two villages. These people decided you want to have some communication between both of them. So first what will be established? Road connectivity will be established. This is made as a connection. Over the connection, the transportation will continue. Vehicles will come and go on that way. So what is the second way? Come on, what is the first way? So both the requirements must be ready. Now I am going to make it. Connection must be ready. Number 1 is what? Connection must be ready. So you are making connection must be ready. So students, try to follow. That may be over the net, over the internet, or any place, connection will be established. This may be present in the same system, or it may be present in any internet network. You are going to specify over the internet network, you are going to specify the connection establishment. I'll tell you how to establish the connection. Are you able to follow now? Now coming to the point back, Python software, it's a mission number 1. Next is called mission number 2. These databases are available in other mission. I will tell you the syntax for connection establishment. Here I'm going to send from Python program, what I'm going to send, a request I'm going to send it. A request. I'm passing the request. That request is received by whom? That request is received by the machine where my database is available. The Oracle engine or MySQL engines will execute my request and gives response back to the client and gives response back to the requested person. That is, the response means output will be given back. If we are able to understand this communication between these things, it is easy to understand any sort of two different environments, two different type of modules. When they are going to establish the connection, first thing you must go for what? Connection establishment. What is the next one? Every Python program, every Python, chala simple, very simple. Every Python program must get connection from database software. From database software, you must get the connection from the database software. How to get the connection from the database software? I will explain. There is one function is available. Once a connection is established, that means like this, the symbolic notation like this. Once a connection is established, over the connection, what I will send, once road is established between two villages, next what will be sent? Data. So data means what? This is assume that this is a village 2, this is a village 1. A road is established, connectivity is established. Once connectivity is established, next what will happen? I need to create one vehicle here. This vehicle takes the passenger from village 1 and take to this village 2 and drop them and bring the again back to this village. This is called a vehicle. Over the connection, I must create one vehicle. This is something like in Python database communication, we call it as a cursor. Spell out that cursor. What is a cursor? Cursor is an object. Cursor is an object whose purpose is carry the query from where? Python program, hand over to what? Database, and bring that result from database software to where? Python program. That is the role of what? Cursor. Spell out once. Cursor. What is the use of cursor? Cursor is an object in Python database communication whose role is keep the query inside of the cursor. Cursor will take the query to the database. It will execute it at a database side, and the database engine will keep the result in where? Cursor, and cursor will bring the result back to the Python program itself. So next is called what? Every Python program, I will explain. These are the steps I am writing. I will tell you programmatically how to do it. Every Python program must create an object of what? Cursor. Cursor. Why cursor is required? This is acting like a bus or a train between two stations. Are you able to follow? So cursor is an object created by the Python program in which I'll keep my cursor, and that cursor will carry from Python program and hand over to what? Oracle database or MySQL database or any database, making that query to execute and bring back the result of database to the Python program. For that purpose, I'll create what? Cursor. Second one I am going to talk. Fourth one I am talking. Okay, cursor is ready. My cursor is ready. Here my cursor is ready. CO, cursor object is ready. What I will do? You must design the query. Design the query. Yesterday only I said you query. What is the query? A query is called one type of request, or it is called one type of question to the database software from Python software. How many queries are there? Actually, to understand this, you must know either Oracle or you must know MySQL. Whether you know it or not, I don't know. At least I said the book name. You try to read the book name, you will get perfection. So the queries are of three types. One is DDL queries. I'll give you brief explanation. Number two is called what? DML queries. And the third one is called DRL queries. DRL query. This is a common in Oracle, common in MySQL, common in all RDBMS places. These are common. So design the query, place the query inside of the query object, that is a cursor object, and execute. Execute. That is my next step. So what is the next step? Every Python program must design the query, comma, place the query in the cursor object, place the query in the cursor object, and execute. How to execute? Now I am going to tell you that. Design the query, place the query in the cursor object, and execute. After that, once it is executed, what is happening? Every Python program, next step, can you catch me? Every Python program must process the result, coming from where? Coming from database software, through how it is receiving? Through which object? Cursor object. Through cursor object. We are going to process it. Process. Here I am going to write execute. So here design the query, place the query in the cursor object, and execute the query. Execute the query. After executing, we will be getting, see that connection establishment, cursor creation, execute the query, and then what? Process the result coming from the database software through what object? Cursor object. Next, after that, what is this happening? Second step, connection establishment. Once your task is completed, what are you doing? You are going to say, close the connection. Closing the connection is optional. Closing the connection is optional because in Python database communication, auto closability will be there. You need not to close the connection. Do you know auto closability? So every Python program recommended or Python program need to close the connection. Need to close the connection. Need to close the connection. That is strictly what? Optional. Strictly optional. These are the steps. These are the steps. The following are the steps. The following are the steps for developing which applications? Python database communication applications or programs. So I'm going to take up. These are the steps. These steps we must discuss one by one. So this we are applying to what? First term? Python with Oracle, Python with MySQL. Come on. This is general steps I said, generally. You apply for anything, any sort of thing you take it. Even after 10 years also, same steps will reside. Now I'm going to copy the same. I'm going to copy the same. Now I'm going to take up communication between. Now I'm going to write it. Steps for or communication between. I will write like this. Communication between. What is this now? Python program and which database? Oracle database software. Database software. What are the steps? What is meant by communication? If Python program and Oracle database software exchanges the queries and results, we call it as what? Communication between that. So to write the program, when we write a Python program to communicate with Oracle, you must take these steps. What is the first step? The same. Import number one, I am going to say CX underscore Oracle or what? Oracle DB module and other modules if required. Because I'm coming to where? Come on, Oracle. Don't sit quiet and come. Simple. Next, every Python program must get the connection from where? Oracle database software. Because I'm strictly discussing with what? Oracle related. Every Python program must create an object of what? Cursor. Same. Must design the query and place the query in the cursor object. Same. Everything done. The first two things only I change it to what? Particular module. And third, fourth, fifth onwards, it is going to be same. Are you able to follow? Now I'm going to discuss about explanation. Explanation for the explanation I'm going to start with. Let me start with the first step I'm going to start with. What is the first step? Start this now. Come on. First step, don't take much time. Step number one. What is the step number one? Start with. When Python program want to communicate with which database? Oracle database. The first and foremost thing, when Python programmer wants to communicate with which database? Oracle database. Then Python programmer must import either come on, CX underscore Oracle module in the bracket Python 3.10 up to I already said to you students up to 3.10 or Oracle DB module from Python 3.11 and higher. I already wrote it that. Did you remember that? Higher. Python 3.11 and higher. Example, done. Example, come on. Import. Import. I say here import cx underscore Oracle, or go for what? Import Oracle DB. Oracle DB. If you want, you can give as alias name as ORC, as CRC, something like. You take whatever alias name, take your names also, no problem. Are you following me? First step is done. First step is done. Next step, very, very important. Second step, I'm going to talk about it. Let me talk about the second step. Second step is little lengthy process. I will take, carefully follow. Step number 2. Tell me, if I want to establish the communication, if I want to go for exchanging the data between two different environments, what are the most important? Connection is important. Connection. Tell me, students, if I want to talk to the Oracle database, take it as, for example, is a member of this mission M2. This is also a member of this person. This is also one member of that. This is also one member of that. Try to feel like that. This is called something like one location. Right? This is called one type of location. And this person want to reach to this location. And in that location, you want to meet to this person. What is the first thing? Have to come to where first? Have to reach to the location. Have to reach to the location. That location. In that location, there are so many people are living. Which person have to meet with? Oracle related. First thing, you must know about DNS. DNS. There is one more thing called IP address. These are the terminologies which I am going to use it now. DNS. Next is called what? IP address. Next is called what? Username. Username. And next you need to know about the password. Next you need to know about the service ID. These are the things you must know. DNS or IP address, username, password, service ID. Just to keep in mind, let me go to the explanation here. After importing either cx underscore Oracle or what? Oracle DB module, we must get or Python program must get the connection. Must get the connection from which database? Oracle database. I'll write it. Oracle database. To get the connection from Oracle database, now I'm writing. To get the connection from Oracle database, we must use connect function. What is the function name? Connect function, which is present in, easily. Come on, easy. Which is present in where? Madhubabalu? CX underscore Oracle or what? Oracle DB module. Oracle DB. That's why I'm importing module now. Otherwise, what is the need of it? Import pickle. Pickle.dump, pickle.load. Without importing, how can I use it? Why I'm importing? To call its functions. What are the syntax? Now I'm going to use the syntax. Very, very easy. Syntax, I'm going to use it. What are the syntax? Carefully try to follow. Here I'm writing variable name is equal to Oracle DB dot connect or cx underscore Oracle dot connect. But I'm using this Oracle DB only because I'm using Python 3.11 and higher I'm using now. I will use Oracle DB. So fix it to that. What is the difference between both of them? I will tell you. Variable name is equal to Oracle DB dot connect. There I need to pass it. Where I need to pass it. Username I need to pass. Username I need to pass slash. Password I need to pass. At the rate DNS I need to pass slash service ID I need to pass. Service ID. Service ID I need to pass. This is one thing. There is one more thing I will write it. What is it? Here I am writing or one more also I am writing. Variable name is equal to DNS I am writing. Here I am writing, IP address I am going to write it. IP address or what? Service ID. Username, password. Next is called what? At the rate DNS, service ID, something like this I'm writing. Let me explain what is this username and what is this password and DNS and service ID. And this is more clear, I think. So what is Oracle DB? Module name. What is the connect function name? We have seen lot of functions in our Python classes, NumPy, Pandas, etc. Those kind of thing. Connect is also one function present in where you take cx underscore Oracle also, cx underscore Oracle dot connector. You take MySQL also, MySQL dot connector dot connect. You take MongoDB also, MongoDB related module dot connect. You take SQL Server also, SQL Server module dot connect. And lepen, sleeping, stand up, sleeping. నిద్రపోతున్నావు మళ్ళా లేదంటో. Sleeping is good, but inside the class is criminal. Sit here. నువ్వు కూర్చోండి, ఇక్కడ కూర్చోవాలి నా క్లాస్లో. యు ఆర్ అండర్ మై కంట్రోల్. Move forward, little bit forward. Okay. Sleep, huh? Want to sleep? Listen. Read out once. Read. Read. Unable to read. Unable to read. Okay. So, because when you are sleeping now, variable name, 3 letters to 4 letters will be visible. Because sleeping is, even I like sleeping, you like sleeping, everybody likes sleeping. But we are inside the class now. We have to read or not. So, read out. Variable name is equal to Oracle DB dot connect of double quotes username slash password at the rate DNS slash service ID. IP address. IP address. Okay. IP address. Okay now. Why I am saying is, if you read out now, your sleep will go. That is my intention. Okay now. Don't misunderstand. Now let us start with what is variable name. Here, what is variable name? I want to tell you. See, you can sleep, no problem. But you are my student now. I have to take care. That's why that is my botheration. Here I will explain what is Oracle DB. What is Oracle DB? Here next I will write what? What is connect? What is connect? What is connect? Next I will go for what, here. What is username? What is username? Next, I'll go for what, here. What is password? I will tell you. And next is called what? Why username and password is coming? Connection, secured connections. Now, when you are going to transfer some 50,000 to somebody through internet banking, are you getting OTP or not? Why OTP? Security purpose. Like that, username, password is required. Here, I am going to tell about what? DNS. Here, DNS. Now I am going to tell you. Next, I am going to tell you. Here, what? IP address. IP address. I am going to tell you. Next, I am going to tell you. here, what is a service ID? Service ID. See, students, how many functions you have to remember? How many parameters you have to remember? 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So you have to remember everything. Only taking back and roaming in streets are the parameters. You realize? So let us start. I'll start here from Oracle DB onwards. What is the Oracle DB? Represents. Come on, you only tell me. Represents name of the predefined third party module. Third party module. Predefined module కాదు, predefined third party module. Okay, now predefined module means I think that it is developed by ROSM. Third party module means lot of things will come. PIP will come, some other than ROSM will come. So many number of things will come into the picture. I hope you are following me now. Is it understandable now? Yes. Represents name of the predefined third party module. Connect function, I am going to talk about it. Connect represents name of the predefined third party module. Connect function I am going to take. What is this connect function is? Very, very easy. Connect function. It is one of the predefined module used for obtaining the connection from where? Oracle database. Not only Oracle database, depends on the syntax you pass it, na, that type of connection will come. This connection will little differ from one database to another database. But what remains same? Connect differs same. Right or not? Connect is same, but inside of that values will be little different. In MySQL, I will pass in different way, but connect remains same. In SQL Server, I will pass something different way. In DB2, I will pass something different way. In PostgreSQL, I will pass something different way. But what is the remain same? Connect remains same in the entire databases. Are you able to follow? Come on now. Connect. One of the predefined function used for obtaining the connection from where? Oracle database. What is username? Represents username of which database? Oracle database. This Oracle database, during the installation of Oracle software, it will ask you the username. That time what username you are giving, that username you must write here. In my system you have seen it. What is that? System. The hardware engineer has installed in my system on which name? System he gave the username. And a password he given as what? Manager. Represents, next part, represents, what is that? Password of the Oracle database. Password of the Oracle database. Are you able to follow? Next, DNS. DNS stands for your favorite answer. Anybody knows? Because already you are gold medalist in full forms. So, Vijay Kumar, he was already searched in the internet already, because you know, SAR style, when he come to DNS, SAR will ask compulsory what is the DNS. He already prepared. Am I correct, Vijay Kumar? Am I correct, Vijay Kumar? DNS is a centralized that translate human readable domain names into numerical IP addresses used by computers and stands for domain name system. Yes. Because writing that words by the student is impossible. Impossible. You take from highest stream onwards. If you search now, directly one one sentence will come in the internet. That you will directly copy and paste to me, and you'll throw it on the face of the faculty. Okay. So I will tell you, I'm not commenting it, and don't believe that all internet things are correct. Because practically when you are working, what you are using, that is only correct or not? So DNS is the centralized hierarchical system And that translates human readable domain names into what? Numerical IP addresses used by computers and stands for domain name system. Okay. So no problem. I'm not going to comment on it. Maybe correct, maybe more correct, maybe accurate. I'm not commenting. Stands for domain naming system. Domain name system, no. Domain naming system, naming conventions, that is called conventions, naming system, because that naming conversions are given for the network engineer. Okay, domain naming system, domain name system, not domain naming system. Okay, sir, what it is? Suppose if I'm placing my data, if I'm installing my softwares into one of the machine, that machine name is, you are giving the name to that machine name. You are giving some name to that machine name. Sometimes the network engineer will give some name to that machine as a computer name they will give. They'll give it as what? They will give it as what? KVR sys. Next is called Wipro sys. Like this, they will give some name to the computer. That computer name, just call it as what? DNS. I will explain to you. Let me explain the definition of it. That computer correspondingly will contain what? One address internally, student. One address will be there. That address is called what? 4 ports will be there in that. 4 ports are there. Suppose, for example, if you take in the older internet system, for example, 198.168.0.1. There's a first part, second part, third part, fourth part. It is the 4 parts numerical address. If anybody knows CSC background, there is a subject called networking. Network subject is there. In that, ISO OSI reference model is there. Physical layer, transport layer, session layer, data layer, physical layer, some layers are there. You studied? Studied or not? Studied or not? Forget or not? Right. Everything you will read and you will go out. Morning reading, evening forgetting. Morning reading, evening forgetting. At the end of the day, in midnight, if I touch your head like that, if I knock, big sound is coming. Because one day, another day forgetting. If I touch your head like that, if I knock, it's coming big sound. Why? Nothing is storing inside of it. Listening, forgetting. Here in reservoir, nothing is storing. A pot with full of water, if I knock like that, nothing is there. Correct? What I'm speaking is definitely your heart touching. It's correct. And nothing. That's why you are not speaking. Otherwise, students will speak more. Correct? Huh? Yes. So, of course, she's testing already. I don't know what sound is coming. I'm hearing here also some sound is not coming. But some sound came. They are laughing or not, I don't know. But if I test it, definitely some sound will come. Whether that is subject sound or non-subject sound, I clearly understand. Okay, students, I don't want to comment because if I comment on your talent, you may feel it. If you don't have talent, even after attending my class, I will feel it. Correct? That's why read well and do something more. Forgetting is common. You will forget, I will also forget something. But for forgetting also some limitation is required. Correct or not? That's why do something good in one day. At least read 3 hours daily. You keep it one timetable. Read 3 hours. Will you do that? Generally, I'm asking, will you do that? That's more than enough. Then how can you forget that? And in lifetime, you don't need so many subjects like engineering, 60 subjects, 70 subjects. Maximum you need 4 or 5. And if you come to big stage, you need only 1. That is your lifetime subject. Correct? Suppose you take me. In Java, I know so many things. In Python, but how many I am teaching? Python I am teaching. Is it not enough? But we passed how many, all of them forget. One is enough. Just to come to one conclusion and start doing good. Okay, let it be. So if I want to make it, first I have to locate the name of the system or address of the system. What is the name? DNS. What is the DNS? As our student said that it is a centralized machine. It takes the human readable requests, www.gmail.com, human readable request. It goes to where? Server. It maps to what? Address of that system. Are you following me? So once you are going to the college, your college is Usmania University. This is called what? DNS. This Usmania University will have address also, correct or not? Address. Your college name will have what? Address. How many ways you can reach to that place? Two places. One you can reach on the basis of college name. One more you can reach based on what? So I'm going to write it. What did you understand finally? DNS is a name of the physical machine. DNS represents name of the physical machine. Name of the physical machine where database software resides. Database software resides. Wherever database software resides, wherever database software resides, wherever database software resides, that machine name is simply called as what? DNS. DNS represents the name of the physical machine where database software resides. Now, for example, in my system, if you take in my system, this is my system. In my system, what is happening? In the same place, what is present? Python program will present, plus what is also present? Oracle database is also present. Understand? So my Python program, both of them are present in the same place. Still, my Python program need to get the connection from where? So I need to know compulsory what? DNS in which machine my Oracle software will present. So my computer will have some name or not? Your laptop will contain Python program as well as what? Database will present in the same place. So there is a default DNS is there, students. There is a default DNS is available. The default DNS of every computer is localhost. Spell out that localhost. So localhost represents default DNS of every computer where our database software resides. Are you able to follow? If you are working in a company, if your company people are storing separate machine for database residing purpose, that address or that name will be shared to you. That address or that name you will be using in the connection. So the default DNS of every computer is what is it? Localhost. Are you following? So what is my system here? In my system, what are you writing here? System. What are you writing next? Manager. What are you writing in DNS? Localhost, I will write it. What is that localhost? Is the machine where my database software resides. If you are working in a company, if they store the database into some other system, they will tell you the details for you. These three things are called connection details we can call. Which details? Connection details. Like your account number, IFSC code, branch name, etc. you are taking now. Like that, these are called your connection details. Are you able to follow? Next, what is IP address? Now I am writing. IP address stands for internet protocol address. Internet protocol address. That is IP address. IP address. Are you able to follow? Every DNS, either you can mention DNS or you can mention what? IP address. You can reach to the Naresh Institute either based on the name or you can reach to the address. 3-12-14- etc. Amirpet, street number, etc. Either you can reach on the address basis or you can reach on what? Name basis. That address basis is called what here? IP address. What is an IP address here? I'm writing here. IP address represents address represents address of the physical address of the machine, physical address of the machine where database software resides. So coming to the point of it, physical address of the machine where database software resides. Every computer will have an IP address, students. The default IP address of every computer is 127.0.0.1. This is also known as what? Loopback address we can call. What is this? Loopback address. The default IP address of every computer is 127.0.0.1. This is called a loopback address we can call. Are you able to follow? So students, try to understand. IP address stands for Internet Protocol Address. IP address represents physical address of the machine where database software resides. The default IP address of every computer is 127.0.0.1. We call it as loopback address. Next up, service ID. What do you mean by service ID? For example, as I said just now, you come to the point of it. Okay, you went to this machine or you went to some address 127.0.0.1 and you reached to this also. Username you entered, password you entered. While you are installing Oracle database into so-and-so machine, you are giving an alternative name. You are giving an alternative name. It will ask you service name of Oracle database in this PC. During the installation time, it will ask you what will be the database alternative name for this universal name. Example, when I am working in Naresh IT, I am giving my name as KVR like this. My complete name is there or not? That complete name, I am not giving it. I am giving just a shortcut name here. This shortcut name is called what? SID. What is SID? Service ID for my original name. If you have the universal name called Oracle, during the installation time, it will ask you on which name this Oracle database must be called in your system. Sometimes, for example, in my laptop, I gave it as what? ORCL. Some people will give it as what? XE, Express Edition. Some people will give, you can give your own name, no problem. You can give your own name, KVR ORCL. These are all called programmer related assigned names. During what time? Installation time. Sir, how can I find out? To find out the service ID, please go to the, I'm going to show the, here I'm writing Oracle related things. You go to this apps once, Here I'm going to take up, go to this Oracle place. Here I'm going to take up, run this command line, students, connect. I'm going to Oracle environment, system I set, password I set manager. Now it is connected. To get the service ID, suppose I'm going to a company where I want to write the test, system test I want to write. I don't know the service ID. You should not ask the people what is the service ID. They will think that you don't know subject. To get the service ID in Oracle environment, select star from global underscore name. On which name my Oracle database is available. Global name is what? XE. What is that XE? Service ID of which database? Oracle database. This is little complicated, nothing complicated. Just I'm writing point to point like a small kids level. Service ID represents Service ID represents, come on, alias name or alternative name, alternative name, alternative name to the original name, to the original name, original name. You can understand like this. Suppose Lohit Kumar is there, Lohit Kumar. So their parents will call him as what? Some name. Lohit, Loki, some Loki. So this is Loki is called what? Service name. If I go to Lohit Kumar house, I'll call, hello Lohit Kumar. Parents will think 1 or 2 seconds, who is Lohit Kumar? Because they used to call always with what? Short name. Even Lohit Kumar also will get sometime doubt. What is my original name? Like that. So, Sayyid Noor, what is your doubt, ma? What is your doubt? You are exciting more and more. What is your doubt, ma? Tell me, you are exciting more and more. And I've seen your doubt, but I did not see that originally. What is your doubt? Tell me, you are exciting. And when I'm not responding your doubt, you are getting more and more excitement. Tell me, what is your doubt? Sayyid Noor, tell me, ma, what is your doubt? I stopped my class. What is your doubt? DAUUT. First of all, doubt. Okay. Tell me first. Fast. Fast, fast. I stopped your class. I've seen already 2 to 3 times you sent. So I want to clarify. During my explanation, I'm in flow and you are again and again asking. Please tell your doubt. Please put your doubt. No, sir, for using domain. I'm not getting you. I'm not getting you. Put your doubt properly so that I can clarify. Don't excite where I'm explaining. Tell me, put your doubt. I stopped my class. Put your doubt. We have to purchase from okay, I'll continue my class. Here service ID represents what? An alias name or alternative name to what? Original name. Original name. Are you able to follow? So represents alias name for alternative name to what? Original name. That can find in Oracle environment. Now I am writing to find service ID of Oracle database. To find the service ID of Oracle database, we must use the following. We must use the following query. Query at which environment? SQL environment. SQL environment. What is this now? I will go to SQL environment. I say what? Select star from global underscore name. Global underscore name. What is an output is coming? Semicolon you must give. That output is like this. You will get it. The output you will get is like this. The output you will get like this. So I'm writing here. I'm saying something like this. The output you will get like this. Okay, now. So don't think that this XE, you also need to get XE. There is no rule that you need to get XE. In your system, what is your service ID? You need to find that you need to use it. Did you understand? Are you following? In these things, this collectively called as what? I am writing here. Here I am writing completely. Here, this is called what? Connection URL. Spell out. Connection URL. Connection URL of which database? Oracle database. Oracle database. Connection URL of Oracle database. Now, if any of the connection, if any of the details of connection URL is wrong, if we write or specify, any one of the parts, if we specify any part of, if we write any part of what? Connection URL, any part of this one, this part, then we get which error? Database error. database error. We get exception. I will write exception called what? Database error. That is the common in all the modules. Which module I am using? Oracle DB dot what? Connection database error will come. You know how to handle it? Do you know how to handle it? Yes, I will write try and except and I will handle it. I think you are following me. If we write anything wrong, if it is not matching to my Oracle database, you will get the error. Which error? Database error. This is present in where? Oracle DB. MySQL also, MongoDB also. In any of the databases, exception name is same. Are you following? Now, here, variable name I want to write it. Did you understand this entire thing? Following or not? Next. Once this is successfully done, what will be returned? It will return. Connection object will return. Filter function returns an object of what? Filter. Map function returns an object of what? Map. CSV dot reader of file pointer returns what? Reader. CSV dot writer function returns an object of what? Writer. Like that. Variable name represents what? Object of connection. Object of connection is nothing but a road between two villages. Connectivity established. That road is called what? Object. Which object? Connection object. Did you understand? Here variable name represents. After understanding all these details, you should come to the variable name. Variable name represents. What is up? Connection object. Connection object of type class connection. Which connection? Connection is a class present in where? Oracle DB. Module is a collection of global variables, function names, and class names. This is a class name present in where? Oracle DB. Object of type class Oracle DB. This is comes under what? The meaning of what? Connect function, this entire thing. I hope it is clear. Now I will write it, the code. This is the code I will write it. Online students, this is, I hope it is more clear. Just I explained like a small kids. Notes also see. Line by line, point to point I explain. I am writing like that. When I was a student, if you see my notes now, you will directly take my notes and you will run away. That much neat and clean we will write it. Red pen, green pen, sketch pen, etc. So you have to prepare the notes. And why I will give this much of clear notes for you? I decided when I am in BE first year only. First year only I decided if I become a teacher, I must give these notes like this. Because we have one great madam was there. Madam, I said that already. So that time only I decided if I become teacher, I should give extraordinary notes. That's why we giving like this. Open the notes. Write a Python program. You're sleeping or what? Write a Python program. Which will obtain the connection from which will obtain the connection from Oracle database. Alam is asking, sir, what made to choose teaching as a career? Actually, teaching is not my career. That's what actually, when I was in my company, beginning onwards, I don't know how it is coming. Maybe my maths sir, when I'm in intermediate, Prakashan district, SSN college, when I was in intermediate, my maths sir was there. He was my inspiration. He will teach mathematics, even stone also will melt like that. He will teach like that. So the way he is writing on the board, even mission also cannot print numbers. He will write that much neat and clean. You will remember all exercises also. He is called a perfect teacher. So he is an inspiration actually. So I don't know how I came. Even I was in my Java side, when I was in my Java side companies, morning and evening I used to take classes. I used to take classes. That was become, maybe at that time I decided. Somehow it was continued from my beginning of the career. Okay, Alam, now I will go to my topic. So go to the place here. PyCharm. Already yesterday you configured, right? Configured up. Now, coming to the point, and you don't become teacher. If you become teacher, it's very danger. And girls are saying never. If girls are a teacher, very danger. And my experience, I don't know, maybe you have very good madams. My experience, I'm saying. Whatever I've seen, 5 members in my 10th class, engineering, 4 members. In 10th class, one ma'am. Totally got a wrong opinion. So don't become, okay? You don't become a doctor, you don't become a teacher. If doctor means giving a wrong tablet, garbage collector will collect. Teacher means something saying wrong, full forms, you will say full forms only. That also problem. You become a software engineer. So that if you write wrong, syntax error will come. Syntax error means your program nobody will take. You only need to take the program. If you get answer, then people will look at you. That means you are perfect. Correct or not? Okay. Anyhow, come to the point of it. Oracle connection test. Connection test dot test example one dot py. Connection test example dot py. So I'm joking, student can become happily faculty when you have good subject. If you feel that you don't have good subject, don't become. Because already you have seen so many people, no? Their experiences put on your mind, becoming something. So program for obtaining the connection from which database? Oracle database. Oracle database. So I'm going to take it, Oracle database. Come on, first one, import Oracle. Okay, now I'm going in something different place. I should not. This is 7 a.m. it is. Close the project. Choose 6 p.m. Oracle. This was our yesterday's topic. This was our yesterday's module place. There I'm going to write it. Oracle connection test. Example 1.py. So here I'm going to paste it. Oracle DB as ORC. Now I'm saying, tell me, you're not getting error. Why? Already installed yesterday or not? How can you check it? Go to settings. You can check what you installed. Your project folder in that Python interpreter, already you made it to understand what is this? Oracle DB. If you want to uninstall today, you select that and click on where? That minus. So it will be removed. Understand? Huh? Well, students. So let it be. Already you know how to install now. So come on now. Step number 1 completed. Step number 1 completed. Step number 2 connection. So CON is equal to some shortcut name. CON is equal to ORC dot connect. ORC dot connect. Come on. Username of my system. System is not a permanent name. You have to remember your username, your password of your class, your system manager. At the rate what? Localhost of what? XE. Are you able to follow? After that, you need to go for what? ORC dot Oracle dot. There is one small function you need to take, student. ORC dot init underscore Oracle underscore count. Oracle client. Init underscore Oracle underscore client. What is the significance of these, students? A small example I want to tell you. When you are in CX underscore Oracle, when you are getting connect function by passing the same details, it is establishing the connection. That connection was called a thick connection. Thick. Thick. Do you know thick? Thick means what? What is thick? Fat. No. So don't understand like that. So thick means what? Suppose if I ask him to take my request very fast to the database, it takes lot of time. Thick connections takes more time to establish the connection, and the establishment of communication will take more time. I am telling about the documentation level, simple wording I am giving. Later on, the Anthony has upgraded this module as Oracle DB, as Oracle DB, as a new thing they taken it. And when they used it, they said that if you want to establish the connection, you do what? We are making it to module to get the thin connection. Thin. Thin means what? Lean. Lean. Lean means what? Fast. A person who is having 150 kgs weight, I am asking him go to 5th floor. You count the time. He will take 10 minutes to go up, 10 minutes to come down. You take one lean person, you take 5 minutes, he will go up, and 5 minutes he will come down. So which is a better to have fast communication? Thin connections are better. That is what is this will establish. I hope you are getting it. This is supposed to call it. This is called for establishment of what? Thin connection establishment. I hope you are getting it. So I'm just writing it. I'm just writing it. If you don't do it during my request time, you will get a problem. You have to enable it. You have to enable it by writing like this. So here error may come or not, that is immaterial. After establishment of the connection, you need to go for what? When I'm sending the query, inserting data, deleting data, getting the details and all those things, that time you have to make enabling the thin kind of connection details. Okay. Now I'm writing here print of what is this now? Python program got connection from which database? Oracle database. Oracle database. This is called step number 2. This is called step number 2. Try to run this. So here, see this now. Nothing is coming. Nothing is coming. Are you following me? Nothing is coming. So do what? Stop it. You stop it. Then go to this place. Now you enable it. Now try to run it. Now run this code. Now you are getting. Now you got it. Are you following me? So first, before getting the connection, you tell them what will be the connection type. Are you able to get it? Before the connection, I called after that. Before the connection, you must do it. Getting or not? This is mandatory to write it. This is just simple enabling, just enabling like. Are you following? So you have to follow this. This is called what? Getting the connection. Once again, I will run it. Once again, I will run it. You got the connection. My program is successfully done. Next, I will do what? Suppose I am writing manager 1, manager 1. Any one of the connection details are wrong. You will get which exception? Database error. Run this now. You will get error. Read out. Oracle DB dot exception dot what? Database error. What is this now? Invalid username and password. Login denied. This is an error came at which side? Oracle side. Let us go once. Let us go once. Say connect. Username system I am saying. Manager I am saying. MA NAGER1 I am saying, you will get that error here itself. This is called what? ORA 01017 invalid username password logon denied. Same message is available here also. That means whatever the messages are occurring at the database side, I want to capture in where? Python program. For that, you need to use what? One except block, you need to use it. That I already said in the class. How can I go for it? So write what here? Try. Now I will take up that. Here I am writing except ORC dot database error as DB. Alias name concept I said. Why alias name concept? For holding what? Other party database, other party related errors, I can hold it here. So I will print it what? Problem in Oracle database. What is the problem? I want to print it. If you are interested, comma what? DB. That DB can hold or not? If you are not remembering, I'll open my exception handling that I specially said to you. Where is it? Exceptions here. Exceptions here. There are the notes, various forms of except blocks. Exception number 2, exception number 3. A single except block can handle single exception with alias name. Here the alias name capture a type of error message occurred due to what? Type of exception. In this case, this is an exception occurred. This is an exception occurred at the database side that I want to capture. This message will be captured in where? DB. That these things I am printing at this place. Is it not called this message I am capturing in my Python program? Simple. Let us run this now. Let us run. Now I am getting. What is this now? Problem in Oracle database. Whatever the message was occurring, I am capturing it by using what? Alias name concept. That I was already explained in exceptions itself. Are you able to follow? Done. Come on, students. Now I got it. Connection. Now I will rectify this now. I will rectify. Now you try to run it. Now connection is successfully obtained it. Are you able to follow? Next. I will go to next one I am going to take up. Next part of it I am going to take it. What is this now? 2.py. 2.py. There I am going to take up. Here I am going to take up. You take it what you know. What is the another name? Here I said the name. I will write address. 127.0.1. What is this 127.0.1? It is an IP address of my present machine. In the same place, my Python program is there and database software is also there. Is it an IP address or not? So try to run this also. Same exception name, same thing. Nothing is difficult. So also getting the same. Are you able to follow? This is about how to get the connection. Clear or not clear? So this step is done here. Exception level, option number 3. If I don't tell this alias name, today you don't understand. Since I was already explained, this is more easy for you to catch it. So coming to the point back, here I said, close this part and go to this place. Now I got it. Second step clear up? Now, third one I am going to talk about. Third step I am going to talk. Third step onwards, dead easy. Now tell me now, what is the third step? Come on. Step number 3. Every Python program must create an object of what? Cursor. Must create an object of cursor. After establishing the connection, after obtaining the connection from which database? Oracle database by the Python program, later we must create, come on, create an object of what? Cursor. What is the cursor? Here I am writing. Here, cursor is an object. Cursor is an object which is used for what purpose I said? Which is used for taking the query. I said what is the query? From where Python program, comma, hand over to what? Hand over to what? Oracle database. Oracle database. In general, any database software in the bracket, any database, any database, any database. So taking the query from Python program, hand over to Oracle database and comma, execute the query, or I can say, and gets the result, from where database software, and hand over to what? Hand over to what? Python program. This is something like a vehicle between the two ends. It is the interface between two programs, Python program and Oracle database software. Are you able to follow? How to create an object of cursor? To create an object of cursor, we must go for what? We must use cursor of. We must use what? Cursor of, which is present in connection class object, which was already obtained in which place? Second place. What is the overall example I said here? What is the overall example you said here? Already I wrote now. What is the overall example? I wrote it here. Go to our place, and here, this is the place. This is the one you have written or not? This is the one I am writing. Go to the place. Here I wrote it. This is the one I just wrote it. I hope you are following. Step number 1, step number 2. Connection, got it. This CON is called what? Object of connection. If you want, I can print once just to see. Here I will write print of type of CON is equal to type of what? CON. Just try to run it. You got it. You see connection. In where? Oracle DB. In that connection, my cursor object is present. That means once this is village 1 and village 2, a road is established, that is called connection obtaining. This is called what? Connection it is called. On the top of connection, what is created? A vehicle is created. That vehicle today called what? Cursor. How you get that cursor? CON dot cursor of. CON dot cursor of. Cursor of function is present in where? Connection object. Is equal to what it returns? One object. That object is called cursor object. In our Python, every variable is called object only. So here I will go for this now. I hope you are getting it. How do you go for the syntax? Syntax I am writing. Syntax. I am going to take up variable name is equal to, come on, connection object dot cursor of. Generally, people will think this is present into Oracle DB module. No, it is present in where? Connection object. Here, here variable name is an object of is cursor object. Is called what object? Cursor object. Whose type is class cursor. C capital, C small here function name. Cursor is a class. Oracle DB dot cursor. Cursor class, cursor function different, cursor class is different. List class is different, list object is different. Go there. Now I'm writing the program. Write down. Write a Python program. Next. Write a Python program. Write a Python program. Write a Python program which will create an object of cursor. Which will create an object of cursor. which will create an object of cursor. Look at same. Go to the place. Easy. Don't take much time. Oracle cursor test. Cursor test dot what? Py. Oracle cursor test dot py. Oracle cursor test dot py. Program for creating what? Cursor object. Why are you creating cursor object? To send my data, to send my request. A request always carried by whom? Cursor object. Cursor object is created by using what? Connection establishment. To get the connection, you must go for the module or run. What is the module name? Oracle DB as ORC. Come on now. ORC dot init Oracle underscore client. Enable it. Come on. CON is equal to ORC dot connect of what? System slash manager at the rate localhost slash XC. What is this now? Obtained connection. Here I will write Python program obtains connection. So got connection. So I'm writing got connection. Here I am writing some line. After that, I will create what? Cursor. Step number 1. Step number 1. Step number 2. Step number 2. Yes, step number 2. Step number 3. What is this now? CUR is equal to some name, whatever you like. CUR, cursor, rhythmic name. CON dot what? Cursor of. Now I'll print Python program created a cursor object. Python program created a cursor object. Just only a confirmation message. Python program created a cursor object. Try to run it. Got the cursor object. That my CUR is ready. It's like a vehicle where I can keep my query and print the type student. Type of what? CUR is equal to comma what? Type of CUR. Try to run it. You see, type of CUR. CUR is a class present in where? Oracle DB. Simple. Print CON. Type of CON if you want, if you are interested. CON. Here you are writing CON. Here you are writing CON. There you are writing CON. Which is of which type? Which type? Connection type. This is a connection type. This is a connection type. Here this is a connection type. You are getting. And this is called what? Cursor type. Cursor type it is. Cursor type it is. Are you able to follow? So here, done. Getting up? So what are the classes in Oracle DB? Connection class, cursor class. What is Oracle DB? Module. In that module, what is the functions? Connect function. Cursor is not there. Cursor of is a function in connection class. Oops related. That you don't worry. Just talk about. List is a class. How the class is internally, I will explain to you. Oops is after this, oops will start. Are you following? What are the functions you are getting today? Connect of, cursor of. Connect is present in where? Oracle DB. Cursor function present in where? Connection object. Done. After that, next what you will do? This step is completed. Third step is completed. Fourth step, online students. Is it clear? Is it clear for everybody? Fourth step, I am going to talk about it. Fourth one, I am going to take up. Fourth one. So, coming to this place. You come to this place. Take any student in same institute also. Ask them what database you are using to communicate. Over. Up to exceptions only, over. Data types only, don't know. You are seeing already in our NumPy pandas. Even they cannot hold the difficulty also, because people understand, student don't know, faculty also will not teach. But there are so many reasons are there why they don't teach. So that I need not to tell, you know better than me, because you will decide easily than anybody. Okay. Now, every Python program must design the query, place the query in the cursor object and execute. What is the query? Here I already said. Now I am going to enter into the query management now. Online students, come to the point. Come to the point. Tell me. A query is one of the, come on, ma. A query is one of the request. A query is one of the request, or it is called one type of question to the database software. Database software from programming languages. In Java side also I will tell the query. In C#.NET also I will send the query. In Python side also I will send the query. From where? Programming language. That means in our case, what now? Python program. Python program. A query is one of the request or a question to the database software from Python programming language or from Python program. This type, what type of queries are there? In SQL, that means it is a common for all the databases. In SQL, queries are classified into three types. Queries are classified into three types. What are those queries? DDL queries. I will explain them. Whether you know it or not, I don't know. DML queries. Next, DRL queries. If you already know, I don't explain. If you don't know, I will explain. Do you know already? Meeku telisina kuda, even if you know, you will say don't know, because sir will explain now. That's why. No problem, student. Even if you don't know, I will explain because I want to get into my line. So I don't want to. Queries are classified into three types. That queries I will give you three types of queries: DDL, DML, DRL. In detail, I will explain DDL, each and every query example I will explain. So that syntax is, I will show you this heading. Classification of queries I will show you. To execute the query, which was placed in where cursor object, we use the following function, or we use which function? Execute function. Which function? Execute function, which is present in cursor object. Syntax, sir. Now I'm going to tell syntax. What is the syntax I'm using? Very, very simple. Syntax is very easy. Come on now. Cursor object dot execute of what I am passing? Query I am passing. Here the query can be either DDL or what? DML or DRL. This execute function, this query was present already in this place. This execute function will make the cursor to move from your Python program to where? Database side. It will hand over that query and bring the result back to where? Python program. Are you able to follow? Then how many types of queries are there, students? I need not to type it the same thing. I'll just want to show you the types of queries once. The types of queries once I will show you. Types of queries in database. There I am having types of queries. Data definition language, create, alter, drop, DML, insert, update, delete. I will explain everything in detail. Don't worry. DRL is called what? Select. These are the types of, don't worry, I will explain each and everything separately I will explain. DDL, separate execution. DML, separate each and every. So many examples I'll tell you. DRL, separate examples I'll tell you. Are you understanding the type of query here? Here query. Query can be either DDL, DML, DRL. DDL programs I'll explain. DML programs, DRL programs through Python program I will execute. Are you able to follow? This step execution will be in the next class. That is a Monday. Now it is 7:40. Monday class, I will execute this one. So I did not show you this execute function. Up to third step only cursor object is created. Okay, now this execute kind of thing, I will explain on the Monday class. Monday, don't miss it. 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You know that you don't miss it, students. This I will post it. Try to write the notes, prepare well, and execute this process. Okay, students, I'll stop the class. Monday class, don't miss both the things. Students, one small announcement. Coming Wednesday, 13th March, 13th March, 4 p.m., 4 p.m., new batch is starting. New batch, full stack Python. Any friends are there? You tell them. About our full stack Python classes. This is one announcement I'm giving it. Okay, now? Thank you. All the best. Online students, any doubts are there? Most welcome. Shravanti G.
గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ సార్.
Good evening, ma'am.
సార్ ఇది ఫుల్ స్టాక్ పైథాన్ లో MySQL చెప్తున్నారు, మీరు వరాకిల్ గురించి చెప్తున్నారు. మరి ఈ వరాకిల్ మీరు చెప్పేది నేర్చుకుంటే సరిపోతుందా సార్ ఈ క్వైరీస్ అవి?
MySQL కూడా కనెక్షన్ చెప్తాను నేను క్లాస్ లో. ఆపరేషన్స్ ఆన్ MySQL.
అచ్చా, ఓకే
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ Shashikiran.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, this new batch is Kukatpalli branch or